We're going live in places, and I'm going to ask my producer to do me one quick favor, is to just double check if you can get all our audio on YouTube at least, or Facebook, whichever one is easy for you. And then I think we should bring in episode 41. I don't know how many weeks we are into the year. Who gives a shit? It's as shit as it was last year. We're not counting weeks anymore. Whatever. How's it going, boys?
Top of the afternoon to you. That doesn't work.
Yeah. Top of the morning to you, sir. Isn't that the way it goes?
Here.
Sorry?
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah,
no,
top, you see, you do it better than I do.
Guys, how's everything?
Fucking shit in you.
Morning.
Yeah, you see, I'm wearing my Weekend Craic t-shirt this afternoon. Not. Sorry, I forgot to put the t-shirt on, huh? I'm going to have to, that's a fine session, isn't it?
No, it's
alcohol,
free advertising.
down.
Now you can go off to Oshkosh and get some royalties.
Oh, geez, dude. You probably find I'm going to get into trouble. I don't know, maybe not.
You're going to get into trouble, dude.
Why would I get into trouble?
So it covers it.
You're going to get
Why don't I just wear a t-shirt without a logo on it?
Look,
maybe that'll be better.
Regardless.
Have you got any cream shirts you can just blend in the background with?
Yeah, imagine if I turned on the auto blur thing and I wore a tan shirt. Then all you would see is the talking head. Hey, and the beard.
That would be so awesome.
That would be awesome.
I think we must test that. We'll see if teams will play along. Anyway, how was the week, guys? Who's going to go first?
Back to my solid fives.
Oh, well done. Well done. You're starting to disappoint me with these spikes in your rating. Terrible.
Yeah.
But what do we have to do? But what has to change to get it up to a 7 for you?
I'd like to not work a 60-hour week and have a bit of a life and not be confined to the house. I think I need to do something different. It's just Groundhog Year.
Yeah.
I think that would be the change for me.
Yeah.
Go and do something. Bloody hell. Can you imagine getting in a car and going where you like? That's how tough it is here.
What, you mean you can't do that now?
No, you're supposed to stay at home.
Uh-huh.
And if you do go out for exercise, it's got to be in your local area.
Okay.
The shops in your local area. You can't really go out of your area. Not that there's
roadblocks.
Roadblocks and stuff. No.
Yeah. But if they do catch you, there's a hefty fine, right?
I don't know. I don't think.
Do you know what the fine is?
No.
I think.
I have an idea. I think they will take him to the dungeon. That's the Queen's Court.
To the tower. To the tower.
To the tower. Yeah.
Put him in chains. Yeah.
Nice. I think Oleg. I think we need to convince Lester that he needs to run the gauntlet for content. For content on the show. Yeah, well, he needs to try and see if he can get to the next. No, he needs to get to the next village and go buy something at the supermarket there, and get back to his spot.
Yeah, but what if it's the time of day when the coppers all go for their donut breaks? And it's like, well, this is exciting footage.
Well, just avoid the Krispy Kreme, that's all. Just avoid the Krispy Kreme. Anyway, Oleg, how was your week, dude?
Oh, it was good. I would rate it a solid 7.
Okay.
Although I didn't manage to do a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do in terms of my fitness goals, but work-wise and what I've managed to push out this week was quite impressive. So it was cool.
Well, I was going to say I was like a 6 because it was quite a work-wise. I don't want to sound like a broken record. It's work's busy. Yeah, sure. I mean, it was and then you started talking about your exercise routine, and I dropped down to a 5 because I just realized that I didn't achieve my goals of going to gym at least once this week. Right. So thanks, Oleg. I needed that.
No stress. But did you at least manage to get out of the house, at least on one occasion during the week? Did you
Yeah, I
Did you
went to the
leave?
shops. Does that count?
That's progress. That counts.
Does that count?
Yeah.
Does it count that I
Did
drove
you?
past the gym? At least.
Yeah, it does.
Does that count?
Gives you an extra.
I think it
extra
would
half
be
point.
better if you'd run past or walk past. I think I'd give you more points for that.
Oh, geez, now I'm down to a 4.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
You best stop now. You could be in minus figures very
Yeah.
I'd give him points if he swam past it.
Yeah.
There's no water. How much rain have you had?
Yeah, we had quite a bit of rain. We had some rain this week, eh? When was it? Bex, on Thursday. On Thursday, it was a nice solid rain that came through. Yeah, pretty cool. My kids were lying on the ground outside in the rain, and I've got evidence.
That's awesome.
Did you guys post
the
that
weather was
TikTok?
good.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, it's on TikTok, guys. It's on TikTok. Yeah, it's on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I want to do is say, I mean, if we had Elon Musk online today, and I was asking him, hey, Elon, how was your week? I mean, like, give it a rating. What do you think his rating would be this week?
I think it definitely would have been like a solid 8.
You reckon?
Yeah, for sure.
When you wake up to the
mean, he
news
did
that you are no longer the second richest person in the world, you are now the third richest person in the world. Do you think you would? Do you think it would be an 8?
Personally, I think he doesn't rate himself out of 10.
First of all,
beyond the boundaries. Yeah.
yeah. What is he like? A 0 and 1. So like he's either happy or he's not happy. Is he binary?
It could be binary or a subset that it's an Elon Musk new scale.
Yeah.
But
so you know why? So you know why
I'm just
he's
wondering,
dropped down to.
Do these guys actually rate themselves like that? Do they even watch the tables that they're on, the world's rich lists and all the other things? Do they even bother with that? Do they have time?
Well, what you saying? Are you saying that when you wake up in the morning and you've in one day your wealth has dropped by 2.6 billion? 2.6 billion. Is that? How would you feel?
Well, if you've got,
do you think that's a number you would be tracking?
No, 1,000 billion, over 1,000 billion, so a trillion worth. If you lose 2 billion, I don't know. You probably gain 4 billion the next day. I don't think he watches that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think
he goes onto his cell phone app and checks his bank balance and goes,
yeah,
I better do something here. Or, oh, look at the interest.
But I suppose if he, I mean, does he look at the reason? Okay, he might not be worried about the number, but he might be like saying, okay, something happened today. The Tesla stock dropped by whatever, which amounts to me losing 2.6 million of my wealth. Surely he must be looking at that indicator and saying, okay, well, why has Tesla's share price dropped? You should be concerned about that at least.
Yeah.
Surely?
No, I'm pretty sure that like he actually worries about like how his company's doing, but maybe not in the financial terms, like as much as like actual terms, like can we actually deliver what we promised to deliver in terms of value, features, because I mean the reason why Tesla is basically the biggest car brand in the world as far as I remember on this stage is because they deliver great products, the clients are happy with them, and the clients will definitely come back to buy another Tesla. So it's not just a once-off business that he's got. Plus, like, I think his Starlink venture, that's going to explode. I mean, once they fully commercialize it and roll it out, I mean, it has serious implications, even like in my environment in terms of what we do, of being able to get a reliable internet connection, like in the remote parts of Southern Africa. I mean, that's amazing. That's a game changer. And for like 1,000 rand, right? Okay, let's just call it 2,000 rand. I mean, commercial satellite services that provide data uploads and downloads. I mean, they're more expensive by a factor of 100.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to change the whole game, because I think more than 50% of the global population actually lives outside of the big metros.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm wondering what's going to make more money, like long term, whether it's actual Starlink or whether it's Tesla. I would put my money on Starlink, because if you can get 100 mil subscribers, right, at $100 a month, right, excluding like subscription costs and stuff like that, you're looking at billions of revenue on tap.
Yeah. But don't you think, I mean, when you're talking about Tesla and, okay, I mean, Tesla is selling electric cars, but the reality is a battery manufacturing company that happens to then package them as a car. You understand what I'm saying? Is that they were saying that the Tesla is the test bed for developing battery technology, which is owned by Tesla, the factories that make those batteries. So I think if you were to ask me, I would say, okay, the Starlink thing is more of a service that he's providing to humanity, because he's come up with a way to be able to give people in remote areas access to the internet, which other companies haven't been able to do yet, right? On the scale that he's going to be able to do it. And how is he able to do that? Well, he's got the equipment to send the payload up. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't see the Starlink thing as the money spinner, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think the battery technology is the thing that's going to be.
I think it's about the batteries, but I think it's not just financial targets anymore. There's other business targets, right?
Yeah.
They want to be the technology leader of XYZ. They want to be the primary force in the new space world. I think they've got other ambitions. I think they've achieved the money thing. It's a means to an end now. They need to sustain that to finance the rest of their ambitions.
Exactly.
My personal feel, and that might be my personal feel, is that it's Starlink is far more commercially profitable, especially like in long term or like medium to long term, than people think. I mean, once you put that infrastructure in space, there's very little like upfront maintenance costs involved, and it's just money on tap.
No, fair enough. I agree. I agree with that. But I think in terms of, I think it's a long payback period, because there's the upfront costs to get the stuff up there. Once you've got it up there, okay, sure, fair enough. But the payoff period must be fairly long, because how many satellites is he having to put up into space? How many times does he have to send up one of his rockets to get those payloads into space? I think the initial cost is very, very large, and if he wants to give accessibility to the masses, he can't be coming in at a massive cost, right? For the service. So it must have a long payback period. Return on investment period.
I agreed. Even with all the economies of scale that he's going to realize, it's still.
I think long term, I think it's definitely a solid. It's like the mule, it'll just keep on chugging along, and the money's going to keep on coming in, and the technology won't really have to be upgraded too much. And ding, 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 ding. Eventually, it breaks even, and then after that, it's just money for jam kind of thing. But I think to get to that crossover point must take a fairly long time. I don't know.
6 months.
Maybe, hey? Like 6 months. Well, then he's wasting his... hey? Well,
like 6 months.
So what are we saying? That Elon Musk is not going to be number one in the world's rich list this time next year? He's going to be
I don't know. Oh, let's make a prediction. Today is
Let's make a prediction.
6th of February. March.
So March next year, when they do the next rich list.
Well, I tell you what, let's do a check-in 6 months' time. And then we do another check-in. I'll put it in my calendar. We'll do another check-in.
So
in a
they do
year's
these
time.
lists once a year, and I don't know how they get the stats because not all money is or values are available. So these are just speculative on
Yeah,
what
sure.
information they have.
Yeah.
But there's a few that do the rich lists.
Yeah.
So the Horan report isn't that linked more with the Chinese? But anyway, we can maybe check a different list in 6 months' time.
Mm.
See
Yeah.
where we are.
Yeah. Well, you know what I find most interesting about this rich list thing is that in the past year, it's brought on the biggest wealth increase in the past decade, which is almost like counterintuitive under the current situation or the last year that we've had where it's COVID, there's been lockdowns, the economy's been put under pressure, people have lost their jobs, they've been put on furlough, they've had to have salary cuts and all that kind of stuff. But yet,
The rich get richer.
the rich get richer. I mean, I was looking at that list, and they were saying that just China itself has 259 new billionaires, right? Like how did that happen? I mean, have they got shares?
What do you mean,
I
how
think it
did that
depends on
happen?
the industry
Oh, well, I
that
mean-
they're in, right? So
Well,
in lockdown situation around the world,
Yeah.
so the tourism industry is probably taking a dive.
Yes.
But then all those who sell their products online, where people are sitting at home bored and looking for stuff, they're going to have a surge bigger than they would normally have.
Guys. Telecoms.
Telecoms.
No, I think. I know for sure. One of the guys that's new billionaire, whatever. He's got investments in vaccine companies.
Well, that's that's called riding the wave, man.
Yeah, no,
Riding the
fair
wave.
enough. Yeah,
It's like yeah, you can ride the wave, but the wave is eventually gonna come to an end and it's gonna flatten out. So the question is whether that's the really cool thing about like relative free market economy is that it's like the billionaire today might not be the billionaire next year. I mean, I'm sure it's still gonna be fine, with
Yeah.
a few $100 million set aside, just as a backup. But like,
This is 100
know,
mil. I think they got
things
more than
change.
that.
Things change. It's like,
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's in comparison to like if you look at China for the last 3 years, they've added 490 billionaires. America's only added 60, right?
yeah.
So like what's happening in
China's growing very quickly.
Exactly,
China's
yeah.
growing very quickly. I mean,
Well, is it
Like-
because it was 10 years ago? Is it still growing quickly?
yeah, 5%, 5 to 6%. That's how much the economy expanded this year alone, right? And that's COVID, taking into account COVID. That's how much the economy expanded. So can you imagine, like, if the world was doing business as normal, how much they would have grown? Most likely, you would have seen like a double-digit growth. 10, 12, 11% growth coming from China. And I mean, I would say in 5 years' time, China will overtake US as a leading global economy.
probably.
Which has been predicted for a while. They did slow down dramatically a few years ago. But if they're still growing, just not at the same massive rate, then it's stabilizing and it's consistent growth, and that's what will push them into number one slot.
But they were double digits a couple of years ago, weren't they? In their annual economy expansion. I think it was double digits not so long ago. Anyway, I mean, it's interesting. Obviously,
Why is Bill Gates still in the top 5?
I don't
It's
know.
got Microsoft. It's got Microsoft, guys. Come on. It's like,
Yeah,
what
but
are
he's
we
walked
doing?
away.
How
But I
much
mean-
he's still the owner of Microsoft, and considering how much he gives away to charity every year, it's
Yes.
a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his own
Yeah.
foundation that he pours money into.
Mm.
and
But I
he
mean, think
still
about this.
manages
Think
to
about
sustain
this.
the top 10 slot.
Yeah, but think about this, okay? When you donate money, it's a tax write-off, right? In the sense that you can, like, you might donate X amount. You're going to get X amount back. I'm sure there's a threshold, a cap on that. But I mean, I'm sure there must be a tax incentive for
Sure.
donating money.
Then I come back to the same thing, right? If you've got that much money, where money's not a problem anymore, do you even care about making sure you get maximum value from your tax?
Dude, I don't know.
I suppose he's got people for that to just take care of it in the background.
Yeah, well, you hope they're doing it well for you, because I suppose it would be nothing worse to find out that your accountant's A, been embezzling money, and B, that the money that he was embezzling was the money that he was supposed to be paying to the taxman on your behalf. Because not only have you lost your money, but you still need to pay the money back to the taxman. I mean, that has happened too many times.
Appear in the top 1,000 richest in the world are there for a very short period of time while their greedy staff undermine them.
Yeah, all of a sudden the accountant is in the top 10 and they're not in the top 10 anymore. Oh, shit. I wish I had that problem. Oh, shit. Yeah, anyway, but I see just on a South African note, I see that that South Africa's got 5 known billionaires, and I see old Nicky Oppenheimer still the richest man in South Africa. But I mean, talking about having your wealth wiped out, or Christo Wiese, who was, he had a lot of his money invested in Steinhoff. I don't know if you guys heard about the whole Steinhoff scandal in the UK. But basically what it was that I think they were operating in Germany. And Germany is quite pedantic about accounting and all that kind of stuff. And they picked up that they were, that they were cooking the books, and they started a forensic audit, and all of a sudden the share price tanked, basically lost 90% of its value. So Christo Wiese, he dropped off the list, just like that.
I mean,
overnight.
It's not poor.
No.
But yes, I mean that's a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, we just anyway. But I'm starting to get depressed now.
Who's the emerging rich people in South Africa, and why?
I don't know. I'd have to
the Oppenheimer thing has been around for a long time.
Yeah. So maybe I can ask.
It's like all the Chinese; they're emerging for a reason.
Yes.
There must be emerging ones in South Africa.
No, absolutely. And I wonder if they.
While our producer does a quick search, have you noticed that the rich list does not include any royalty?
I do. I did notice that. Yeah. Yes. Can you explain that, Lester? Have you got some inside information?
Okay, I'll look at the UK monarchy. Yeah. And there's always a focus. They estimate wealth there, but there is no official, because it's not audited the same as any other company or person might be. Mm. Nobody actually knows the values there. They have been given expensive gifts for hundreds of years that are just sitting in the storeroom in the basement.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's there and what the value of those things are, let alone all the properties that they have.
Well, Lester, there might come a time where you might need to list your royalty on FTSE.
Yeah, because didn't you say you were a lord somewhere?
I have 2 lord titles now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I have lands in Scotland. Scotland.
And you can fit what? I mean, can you at least stand on both pieces of land at the same time?
No,
or are your feet too big?
My shoes may be too big. My foot covers the whole one land.
Would you be classified as trespassing if you went to one of your pieces of
on other lords' manors? To get
yes. What's the fun?
But on a more serious note, Lester, can I ask you, did you actually go to check out your land?
Yeah.
Do you have a peg? Do you have a peg there? Do you have
I've got
peg
all the
there?
coordinates, and I think the next time I'm in Scotland, I'm going to go and visit it.
I can see him every
the sheep are grazing.
Yeah. It's like every couple of months he goes onto Google Earth, when they update their imagery, and he goes there and he goes, "Oh shit, there's some dude on my fucking land."
Call the cops.
Call the cops. Shit. Anyway.
Trespassers will be ignited.
Yeah. So anyway, talking about the richest dudes in the world, old Jeff Bezos, standing down from Amazon and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you sent through something during the week about Amazon Fresh with its tillless grocery store, which was opened up in London.
Yeah, something's opening and not closing was the thing that grabbed my attention initially. Because most of the news is COVID, lockdown, shutdown. Everyone's, every business is struggling kind of thing. and this is now opened. And yes, and I was like, what opens in COVID time, lockdown time? Oh, the only place that can open is a food outlet. So yes, it's a supermarket. Now Amazon's had fresh sort of supermarkets, I think, for a while. There was just an outlet, and which you could also do home delivery from, or you could walk in. So yeah, it wasn't that magic. I think it was just there to test logistics. But now they've opened for the first time in the UK, Europe, a supermarket without tills. So effectively, you scan your app as you walk in. There's thousands of cameras and sensors around the shops that look at everything you're doing. You can pick up stuff and put it back. You can pick up, like greeting cards was an example, because they did have some technology challenges when they trialed this. If you're looking at greeting cards and you obviously you pick up one, you look at it, you put it back. What else? You go through several of them until you pick one. So all the sensors and all that were going mad, going, well, has he taken a birthday card or not? So they've fixed that. So that's the sort of level of technology that they have in the store. So they know exactly what you put in your bag.
That
And
is
you're
amazing.
carrying your bag around with you. You put all your shopping in there, and it even knows fresh vegetables. Like you picking out like tomatoes or potatoes, and it knows how big they are and all those good things.
How many
And
calories?
then when you finish your shopping, you just walk out. It's called walk-out technology.
Yeah.
You just walk out the shop. There's no till, there's no exit. They already know, and they already sense when you leave the shop, and they've already got your credit card details. So you could be 10 meters down the road, and it's already paid, and you got a receipt in your inbox.
And what happens if you want to challenge, like if you, because like sometimes you go to the supermarket, normal supermarket, you buy an item, and as you're walking out, you're looking at your till slip and saying, "What?" I'm sure that when I went to the shelf, instead of 59 Rand, it was 49 Rand. And then you want to go back and contest it. I wonder how you, I don't know. Anyway, sorry, my mind
That's
was
a good
just going in
question.
a
Let's see
different
how
place.
it goes. I'm tempted to
Yeah.
go and trial it out.
Yeah.
But
So,
that's
I mean,
the-
are there
you should.
rules about
You
this?
should.
Are there rules about when you're picking stuff in the shop? Because like in the casino, when the dealer's dealing stuff and they're moving the money around, they've got to show their hands to the camera. They do the whole. Do you have to do that? Like when you pick up a birthday card and you put it back, you go like this.
And clear.
Yeah, clear. Yeah,
Reset.
Yeah,
did not
reset.
do it. There's going to be
Hand
signals
gestures.
For Detroit.
uh,
Is there a 2-for-1 offer on this? Anyone?
yeah. But I mean, like, so other supermarkets in the UK, like Marks and Spencer and Tesco, they also have technology like that. But you've got to scan the items as you're picking them or something. Is that not right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few supermarkets that they're starting to compete on their level, right?
Yeah.
So it's ease of use, especially in COVID times. It's kind of enhanced it where you don't want people to have shared trolleys and baskets and touch pins, keypad on your credit card machine.
Sure.
So they're looking for ways to innovate. This had already started pre-COVID, but I think I've seen it accelerate a bit. So already I'll take Waitrose in my local town, and yes, I walk in there. I use my phone to scan all the stuff I put in my bag, and then on the way out, I just go to a self-checkout till, scan a barcode on the till. It does my credit card details there,
Yeah.
not on my phone,
Okay.
and then I walk out. And then periodically they test somebody, so
Yeah. Sure.
they do a manual check of the purchase.
So,
So-
I've got a question. Okay, I've got a question. So, like now you've got two situations. You've got Amazon Fresh, okay, which is completely tillless. You walk in there, you pick stuff. They're using AI and all that kind of stuff to decide what you've taken, and you can just walk out the supermarket hunky dory, no problem. Now you've got another one where, as you're shopping, you're scanning stuff, right? So I'm sure there's some benefits to that, in the sense that as you're scanning something, I'm sure you can see what your running total is as you're picking stuff, right? So that's beneficial. Plus, I would imagine, if I don't know if it works like this, but imagine if in their app you could have a shopping list. And as you're scanning the stuff, it's ticking it off on your shopping list. So it'll tell you, oh, okay, you had 10 items, and as you're going through the shop, ding, 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 scan, 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 it's ticking them off your list. And at the end, there will be like, oh, one item left. Oh, let me go get vinegar. I get vinegar. Okay, okay, I've got everything on my shopping list. So what do you think, like from a consumer's point of view, which one do you think they lean towards more? The complete Amazon Fresh till list thing, or do they lean to a solution that potentially gives you other benefits?
Someone
or
like
am I
me
overcomplicating it again?
I think they're going to struggle because they have to cater for all types of habits. So for me, I don't have a lot of time. I want to be in and out. So any which way they make my visit faster, more efficient, and I can achieve what I need to achieve in the easiest, fastest way. Brilliant. But then you still have another generation who like to pick their oranges and fresh produce, and like to look around for specials, and like to touch and do things the way they've always done it. That's their experience. So technology is of no interest to them. So how do you balance the two? Because it's not common now. They have to introduce new stuff to be competitive, but they still have to cater for the old. So the Amazon Fresh, it wouldn't suit someone's great grandmother who doesn't even have a smartphone. That's not for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, the thing that's happening here, the change that we've seen in South Africa, as a result of COVID and whatever, there's like sped up the sort of online shopping kind of experience. And on the supermarket front, and I don't know if I've spoken about this on the episode before, but Checkers has got this thing now where you can order groceries online and they'll deliver it to you within 60 minutes, as long as you're within a particular radius of that particular Checkers.
60 minutes. Wow.
60 minutes, yeah.
That's
but the problem, hey?
That's impressive.
No, it is impressive. But you know what the downside of that is? So there's one Checkers that I've started shopping at Checkers now since I've moved to a new area and whatever. There's a Checkers up the road that I started using, and I really like the Checkers because they've really upped the game, and it's nicely laid out, and their prices are good, and the food, they're like their fresh produce is good. So I'm happy to shop there. I was shopping at Pick and Pay before. Now I'm doing Checkers. So this Checkers that I go to, all of a sudden I'm like competing with the people that are the Checkers people that are picking the items for the online orders. There are like 20 of them, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in one of those game shows where you've got a trolley and you've got 10 minutes to go get as much stuff as you can get.
That is awesome, dude. Like, we should maybe record a video and just basically feature a podcast competition style, Andrew versus.
So no, but the thing is that now I'm casually walking down the the aisle looking for my item, and these people are like zipping and zing 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 zing. Like I'm saying, what the fuck is okay? And then I realize it's these people that are doing the picking. So that is the bit of a downside to the whole. I think it's a great idea. I sit at home, go onto the websites, order stuff, 60 minutes it arrives. Great stuff. I forgot to buy stuff for supper tonight. Oh, I've got a meeting at 5:30 or whatever. Oh, let me just order the stuff quickly. They'll deliver it.
I must
can make dinner.
Try that.
That's pretty cool. I really like it. But the downside of that is me, who's in the Checkers there, getting my stuff is like, getting overrun by Checkers staff that are trying to pick the stuff as quickly as they can. I wonder if they've got an incentive that, like they got KPIs that say that if they pick the stuff in a certain amount of time that... And the thing is that they know exactly where everything is, okay? So they're going point to point, ding, 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 ding.
I'm like, just stop them and ask them where something random is.
Yes.
See how they react.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
I'm going to have to give customer service, but I've also got a KPI to meet. Do they talk really quickly and just point and run? Or I'll be intrigued.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to fuck with their minds. Yeah.
Just go, so sorry.
Hold
on. I'm just going through my list. I'm looking for. Ah!
Yeah, that's it. Like string it out, like,
Really
but like all
string
of a
it out.
sudden develop a stutter. I'm looking for the. Okay,
Toilet.
I'm not mocking people that stutter. I used to stutter. I'm a recovering stutterer, so please don't roast me for anything like
Once.
that. Anyway,
But I
moving
do agree
along.
with you. I think checkers really did up their game, and I think in Rosbank they have a really fancy checkers. Like that's actually got like a more exclusive range of stuff than Woolies has. So I was like, I
Really?
walked into it as like, yeah. It's like it's really fancy stuff. You know, it's like you wouldn't think that you like actually, you know, even close to checkers.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
they have, you know, variety of like cold meats done in a different way, and like variety of like boutique level food, and you know, amazing stuff.
But that's in Rosebank, right?
Yeah.
No, I must go check it out. So, just going back to the money thing, I got a note from being on the rich list or not being on the rich list. Producer Bex was saying that Doe Stain is listed as having a net worth of 16.7 billion rand, which should put him on the Forbes billionaires list. However, since his fortune is not held in publicly listed companies, he's not eligible to be on that list. Because, I mean, Leslie, you were talking earlier on about, there's like some speculation in the people's, net worth and all that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, the best place that they can get the information is from the listed companies' annual reports, because they've got to report, what the directors' earnings were and what the shares they hold and, the shares that they've traded in the year.
Available information.
Yeah, and the CEO, like his whole package is transparent, like what benefits he's getting. Audited, yeah. Anyway, so that's an interesting note on the South African billionaire list.
What's his industry?
Insurance. So auto and general insurance is I would imagine is how he made his money. So short-term insurance, but he's also built a housing estate. It's called Stain City. Is in Fourways.
That's such a wrong word.
Yeah.
He's a stain on the city.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's the feedback on that, and on the entertainment side, I mean, we can't go one episode without talking about movies and all that kind of stuff. I see that the next season of Money Heist. Oleg's favorite TV show, season 5 has got a new release date, or it's got a release date, right?
Yeah.
I don't see either Oleg is frozen, or he's not impressed with the fact that Money Heist is coming.
Hey guys, I still need to wrap up with season 4. I think on my side, I really found season 1 and 2 are really good and exciting. I think season 3 is just, it's, I don't know if you guys remember this old TV show called Prison Break. When season 1 came out, it was brilliant. It was a phenomenon, like you were literally waiting a week for the next episode to drop, right?
Yes.
And you're like, every episode ends on a cliffhanger, and you're like sitting there as like, oh, what's going to happen next, And then season 2, it basically flattened out. And then season 3, it started diving. And it just carried on diving.
Well, Prison Break also suffered because when it really got to season 3 or 4, there was that writer's strike that went on.
Yeah.
And a lot of series at the time just became very vanilla. The people trying to write, not the actual writers.
Yeah, so that's my experience with with Money Heist. Season 1 was brilliant. It was well done. It was different to traditional Hollywood busters. Had a different feel to it, and obviously it's Spanish made and produced in Spain. Spanish actors as well. Slightly different culture. Slightly different take on things. I think it was cool. Definitely hit the right the right spot in terms of like unexpected, pleasant surprise type of TV show.
Yeah,
Like-
it's clever. I mean, that was the thing. It was a bit of all of what you just said, but it was actually
Yeah.
something unique and clever that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm on series 4 now, just to catch up on myself, because I also just went, it seems to be very repetitive. It's following the same formula where something exciting happens for 5 minutes, and the rest of it is just drama. In the middle of a money heist, they got time to shag, they got time to gossip and do other stuff on the side. It's like, what? You're surrounded. You should be under pressure. It's just not the same. Yeah, come on, react properly. There should be a tension in the air, and these guys are floating with each other.
Yeah. So like on the TV show side, like I gotta mention, like, did you guys heard or watch a British TV show called Bodyguard?
Yeah. Yes.
So that was really, well.
Yeah, but you
made.
were gripped from the start. This is the recipe they tend to follow. You were gripped in that first episode.
Yeah.
Stuff happened.
Yeah. But
Go
you know,
ahead.
it was
episode 3 and 4. It starts going.
Well, not on the
losing its
Bodyguard.
momentum.
Not on the Bodyguard. I like Money Heist. As you saw, I didn't comment on Money Heist because, not my
How do they
favorite
follow
t-shirt.
this though? How are they going to come out? First of all, they're talking about splitting the series. They're going to add more
Yes.
episodes, which just says to me they're going to stretch it out because it's got so much fame that there's demand for something, and it's an easy win. So stretch it out. Game of Thrones did the same thing, although, to be fair, they had a lot to cover. But it just annoys me. I will not watch that series 5 if they split it.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
want to
can you
get halfway
imagine?
through and go, well, now I've got to wait 6-12 months for the
Months,
other
yeah.
half. What's the point?
I think it was.
like
I think when I got to the end of series 3 of Money Heist, I was positive that there was still another episode or 2 to come, because the way it ended in season 3, I was like, "Is that it?" So I'm not a big fan.
Stuff's starting to happen in season 4. I'm halfway through it.
Are you? I haven't even started.
I would say the first few episodes are just recapping and adding some backstories, and there's still an element of that all the way through. But
So I mean, there was a comment about, because I was my first thing was, flip, the bloody holes in the plot of the story. It's like stuff doesn't make sense. And then apparently there was a comment made by the people, the producers or the writers or whatever, and they said, no, that's part of the mystery. And I'm like, yeah, that's a flipping excuse for bad writing. Anyway, that's my opinion. But talking about series.
I hope I'm pleasantly surprised, but at the moment I feel it's just gone too far.
Well, but I mean,
It's doing
going
another
back to
series for the
going back to Oleg's point about Prison Break, like lost its way completely. Another show that both Oleg and I enjoy, which is Homeland, it started off with the same thing. It started, the first 2 seasons were flipping amazing. Season 3 lost its way. I don't even think I finished watching the season, whatever. But then they had the ability to pull it back, and they changed the format of it. Killed off one of the characters, made one of the other characters the main character, and then had 4 or 5 successful seasons after that. I mean,
I didn't like that character that became the main character, and that's what put me off.
Okay. Well, you had a
It's still-
personality clash with Claire Danes. I'm sorry, man.
I think that's the whole appeal of Homeland for me is that like the whole
She's
character
irritating
of
as shit.
Claire Danes. She's irritating, but she's like as close to the reality as possible.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get a normal individual working in this type of field by a long shot. It's not going to be your regular soccer mom.
I get that.
Would
But
bake you
she's
biscuits.
completely, she's past that line. At what point
Yeah.
would they have not put her on the desk years ago?
Yeah.
Well,
She's
you'll be surprised. When it comes to that type of stuff, good people are hard to find, and
Right.
and even harder to keep alive.
yeah. It's like the world's future is in the hands of some psycho
But
who
actually,
forgot to
my
take her
favorite-
meds.
my favorite character in that entire TV show from like season 1 through to the last season is definitely Saul Berenson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, I mean, it was a smart thing to have Saul Berenson's character or that
Yeah.
character to be the balance of, it was like the two extremes. You've got I can't remember what was her name in Homeland. I've gone blank. Anyway, Claire Danes, whose character is on one end of the spectrum, and you've got Saul Berenson, who's on the other side.
Yeah.
And he's the one that brings her back down to earth. He's the one that protects her. He's the one that points her and gives her the space to, do what she does best. So I think imagine that series without Saul Berenson in it, and just Claire Danes. I hope I've got the right name. It is Claire Danes, right?
It is.
It's her character name in Homeland is Carrie Matheson.
Oh, there, Carrie
Carrie,
Matheson.
that's it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, imagine if you had Homeland with Carrie Matheson there, as she was, without Saul Berenson. Maybe it would have been a different. No, it wouldn't have worked. So I think it was very, very smart writing on their part. In terms of, script writing. Yeah. But I mean, talking about script writing. And talking about series, I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite series was Friends. I mean, did you guys ever watch the whole 10 seasons?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much I've watched. I've certainly watched a lot of episodes, and a lot of episodes more than once. I've missed seasons. I know that. But I think I've seen the first one and the last one.
What, the first season and the last season?
Season 1, episode 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like for me. Sorry. Go ahead, Oleg.
No stress. So for me, I started watching it and I started watching it late. I wasn't watching it like in real time as it was.
3 in the morning.
No. I started watching it. Like from season 1, right? Like a year or two after it already came out. But that stage, it's like there was just too much stuff coming out, and like I watched season 1 and 2, and then Big Bang Theory came out, and I was like, I dropped everything, started watching Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
I can't stand Big Bang Theory.
I never got into that.
But
anyway, I mean,
it was a bit like Cheers before it. That was an epic series that everybody watched and everyone got into, other than Oleg. And the Big Bang Theory is the latest one in that sort of genre. But so why would they want to have a reunion?
Oh, you mean for Friends?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what it's going to be like. I hope so. The point I wanted to make about Friends and good script writing and all that. And I mean, I often rewatch Friends. I mean, my girls and I have probably I don't know, maybe watched the whole entire series maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 times, right?
Wow.
And we get to the end.
All the seasons?
All the seasons.
There's classic episodes and scenes.
Exactly. So you get to the end and we start at the beginning again. Right? And I think there's something like 20 episodes or whatever per season. Over 10 years, so you got 250 episodes of Friends, and I mean we're currently watching it now. I don't know what season. Do you know what season we're on, Bex?
7.
Yeah, we're on season 7 at the moment, and what amazes me is that I mean this show came out in the mid-90s and ended in 2005, but when you're watching it now, I mean the script writing is just so amazing. And it almost seems timeless. And I've tried to watch Cheers again as an example. And I can't even get through episode 1 of Cheers, which I used to love when I was a kid or when I was in school. But
do you think Big Bang is going to be something you can rewatch in 15, 20 years' time? Is it going to date?
If you're asking me or you're asking Oleg?
I'm asking both of you.
I haven't watched Big Bang Theory.
Shame on you.
I've maybe watched 2 or 3 episodes. I've never been
But maybe it's been also killed. You know, there's spin-offs from Big Bang, like what's it?
Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have to ask you, right? Since we're talking about Friends and Big Bang Theory, did you guys at least watch How I Met Your Mother?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But that wasn't as good as Friends. It was good, but it wasn't as good as Friends. It's not the kind of thing. It's not the kind of thing that I would rewatch. Put it that way. I've watched it once. I don't have to watch it again. It's not the kind of thing that I can watch again. Sun silence. Yes. No.
I'm
Maybe?
shocked. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. The age is showing.
Well, how many times have you watched How I Met Your Mother? Back to Friends.
I haven't rewatched the whole season, but I've like rewatched a couple of episodes, like as I was going along. Like as if I really liked a specific episode, like I would watch it it again.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched any of the TV shows, like
I don't
like
I've
consistently.
never seen it.
Well, listen, my thing is, if you, because sometimes you'll sit down, like I'll make dinner, and then I'll sit down in front of the TV, and then I'll turn on Netflix, and then spend half an hour trying to work out, okay, what am I going to watch? Ding, 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 ding. Then my food's cold. Or by the time it's actually got going, I've already finished eating my food, right? If I want to, I want to sit down, I want to watch something while I'm eating, Netflix, Friends, there we go. Bang.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Excuse the pun.
It's not like you make food, you sit down and you try to figure out what to watch on Netflix, and by the time you figure out, it's already breakfast time.
No, well, I mean, that is a bit of a problem with Netflix. But what I'm saying is that if you want to, like you want to get your bang for your buck, I mean, you're not going to be disappointed by putting on an episode of Friends while you're eating your dinner. And there are going to be lots of people saying, but like, why the hell are you watching TV while you're eating dinner? You should be sitting at the dining room table with your kids. Okay.
Working.
Maybe.
And working.
Well, the reason why I can't sit at my dining room table is because my work stuff is on my dining room table, okay?
So I was thinking, right? So like for me, if I'd want to rewatch a specific TV show, like what would it be, right? So for me, it's like I would rewatch Prison Break season 1 for sure.
Sure.
No doubt about that.
No, but the problem with that, hold on. The problem with watching Prison Break series 1, it will make you watch series 2 because of the way it ends.
Yeah. That's a downside. But like I'll cross that bridge once I get there.
Tell us when you get there, dude.
Another TV show I would totally rewatch like any day if I have the time is Breaking Bad. For sure, no doubt.
Yeah.
I would rewatch at least the first 4 seasons of Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, I'd watch all 7, dude.
Any day.
Thanks for the suggestion. Actually, I think I'm gonna go back and rewatch Sons of Anarchy.
Back to Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, dude, I binge watched that thing. Like Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was the worst. I watched all 5 seasons in 2.5 weeks. Right?
Yep.
Like workouts. I was probably like consuming like 6 hours a day, 4 to 6 hours a day in terms of for 2.5 weeks. Sons of Anarchy as well. I binge watched there all 7 seasons, dude. Ding, 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 ding. It was, that's definitely worth a watch, eh? A rewatch.
And Lester, and for you?
Sons of Anarchy, no worries. Now I'm going to tell you that Breaking Bad, I struggled with.
Yeah, and it is like that.
It is like that. I'll tell you why. Because I put it on, going, everyone's raving about it. Put it on, bang, right, off we go. In 5 minutes, I'll fall asleep. So I must have started that first episode, series 1, episode 1, I don't know, a dozen times over the years. And because I fall asleep in it, I'm like, can't. This thing just puts me to sleep. Maybe because of the time of day I'm watching it or whatever reason. And it's only during lockdown last year that I finally managed to finish series 1.
Is it? So you haven't done season 2 yet?
No. Exactly. I'm like, I'm just happy I've accomplished it. It's like crossed it off my bucket list.
Okay. So, listen, I probably watched the first few episodes of season 1 maybe 3 or 4 times before I got into it. Once I got to season 2, it was like a roller coaster, dude.
I think I'm into it now, but I think I don't want to start the next one because of the bingeness of the design of the program.
Yeah.
You can't. It's short doses that you just. I'll just do another one. I'll just do another one. That's dangerous. So I'm reluctant to start the next one.
I feel your pain. But
I've got a day off next week. I might just do that. Sit on the couch and just crack on.
So when's your day off? This coming week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday.
So next weekend, producer Bex must make a note here. Next weekend, don't worry, I'll tell you. Don't worry. Next weekend, you must give us feedback on what happened in the episode that you were talking about. Yeah. How's it going with series 2? You must give us okay, it's going well. Oh, I battled with 2 episodes, whatever. Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether I need to go back to series 1 and just watch a few just to catch up again.
I think you know what you do is you watch the last 2 episodes of season 1.
Yeah.
Right, so that you know what the continuity is. Ting, ting, ting. Okay, season 2, here we go. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm sure, don't they give a recap at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, but there's always little sideline things, right? They're missing a recap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
No, I'll give you an update.
Challenge accepted? Hey?
Yeah, maybe we make it a national day.
Talking about national days, what happened this last
Appreciation
week?
Day.
What happened this last week?
What's the days this week? Well, I just wanted to ask you guys, actually. Yesterday was National Employee Appreciation Day. Did you get any appreciation?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my bouquet of flowers.
I would have just
my box of chocolates.
You mean your box of
Biltong.
Easter eggs?
Or Easter eggs. It's not allowed. Not allowed.
Yeah, yesterday was National Absinthe Day as well as National Multiple Personality Day. I'm not sure there's some sort of relation there.
Oh, just say which was the first one that you said there. It was absinthe.
Absinthe.
Absinthe. The absinthe. I don't know I can never pronounce that. Because 9 times out of 10 when I'm reading the bottle after I've had a slug of it, I'm drunk.
It's actually forbidden or banned in many countries.
Exactly. Tell us, have you got some detail on that? On the why it's banned and all that?
I don't think it's commonly facilitated in the UK, but certainly I've come across it in many places. But I went to Prague a few years ago, and it's prevalent there. I mean, there's whole shops. You can get various flavors, and and you go to a club or a bar, and you'd have your absinthe and Coke or whatever else the mixture you want.
Yeah,
it's prevalent.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. But anyway, that's not today. Today is.
Wait for it. Drum roll. Ding, 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 ding.
And it got me thinking. Today is National Dentists Day.
Oh, God, here we go.
And I'm like, really? My dentist's not even open today. Why would I appreciate them today?
Huh.
And it's like, when was the last time I went? With the lockdown and all that, I haven't been to the dentist in years. I wonder if the National Day people just make this stuff up. So you just go, oh, yeah, I better go to a dentist. When was the last time you guys went to a dentist? You're supposed to. Good practice is twice a year, right?
For a check. Really?
Yes.
I don't like the dentist.
Sure.
I had to go to the
dentist.
Yeah. I mean, I had a bad experience when I was a kid, so that's why I don't like the dentist. I'm a nervous wreck when I come out of the dentist. Even if I just go get my teeth cleaned, I'm a nervous wreck when I come out. I had to go to the dentist before I went on holiday in December. I had to go to the dentist. Yeah. So there's the answer to your question.
I just had a bad idea just flash past, just for a second. I think the only thing that could make Andrew's dental experience worse than it already is, in terms of, going to the dentist, if the dental work is going to be done on top of the Atlanta Towers at the height of 150 meters.
You can jump or have root canal. You choose.
Above ground.
Dude, based on my last root canal, I'll probably jump.
Oh, we found a threshold. It is possible. It's not impossible.
No, that's not good. That's like putting a person between like a rock and a real hard place. You like shouldn't do that. No.
Well, if it gets him over the edge, then it's more
No.
entertaining for the rest of us.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Well, considering all the other things that are around National Dentist Day are all, there's National Oreo Cookie Day. There's National
I'll celebrate
Chocolate
that, no
Cheesecake
problem.
Day. Yeah, National Flapjack Day. Yeah, all
I'll
these
celebrate
things are
that.
high in sugar and okay, but to get
And
over all
then
of
and
that,
then the next couple of months will be National Salad Day, National Weight Loss Day, National Intermittent Fasting Day. Yeah.
okay, now I'm going to tell you Tuesday
Yes.
is National Get Over It Day, where you just come across something and go, just
Get
not
over
fussed
it.
about it. Yeah, and you can apply that rule the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got toothache. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Don't need to go to the
I've run out
dentist.
of white
I'm
chocolate
over it.
cheesecake. Yeah, whatever. I've had enough.
I watched a bad episode of Breaking Bad. Nah. Get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell asleep through Breaking Bad again.
Again.
Yeah. Get over it.
You must get one of those, like those, like those monitors that they have in say like long haul vehicles or whatever, where they've got a detection when they start falling asleep, and then it like buzzes or gives them electric shock. Eh? So as you're nodding off while you're watching Breaking Bad, you'll get a. I'm awake. I'm awake.
I'm awake. Yes. It's all a blur, but I'm awake.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope you don't get addicted to the pain, and you're like. Zzz, zzz,
Yeah. Faked it.
zzz.
So Oleg, we've
Shit.
been going an hour. How's your arm? You're still holding that microphone up.
Yeah.
I'm still persevering. Yeah. I'm still
But he
persevering.
looks
I
like
think
he's frozen. He's like.
I think my
Yeah,
arm
he looks like a rock
just went
star, man.
just went numb. No, that would be like
No, that's the wrong genre, man. That's not Sons of Anarchy kind of posing.
Yeah.
no, that would get me in trouble.
Yeah, for
Right.
a second you look like someone at a boy band. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Don't do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like half expected him to break out into song, karaoke style.
Yeah.
Do you want a backing track there, Oleg? I'll get you one.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it.
What would you
What
like?
would your walk-on music be?
Sorry.
Walk-on music.
Walk-on music. So in big darts tournaments, right?
Mhm.
When the dart players come out of the green room and walk through the crowd to the stage, it's a big thing. There's confetti, there's lights, there's smoke, and they have their own walk-on music that like G's them up to go and
Yeah.
smash the crap out of the dartboard.
Yeah.
All right, it's a big thing. Gets the crowd going already. 15 pints in anyway, so it's not going to take much. But it's
No.
What would your walk-on music be?
It's like most likely music from South Pole.
South Pole.
South Pole. Have you
South
seen
Pole,
that
the
boxing?
boxing
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Southpaw. Yeah. This is right
It's
up
got,
there with
Tom
Rocky
Hardy
Mountain
in it, huh?
Tiger, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is-
Okay.
Is it Tom Hardy that's in Southpaw?
I
He
think
was
so,
an actor.
yeah.
He was an actor in there.
Let's
Yeah.
check with producer Bex.
Producer
Oh, yeah.
Bex. What would
Southpaw.
yours be,
So
Bearded Fen?
South PAW. Southpaw. Southpaw. He's left-handed.
What would yours be?
Tom Hardy.
Bearded
Yeah.
Fen?
Tom.
Tom Hardy.
Probably another one bites the dust. If it's a
As your
darts
walk-on,
tournament,
right.
if it's a darts tournament, it would. What?
It's Jake.
Oh yeah, him. Okay. So it wasn't Tom Hardy. It was Jake
She lied to us.
Gyllenhaal or whatever his name is. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So another one bites the dust. I would imagine. Just off the top of my head, that's the first song that came to my head.
Mine would change week to week. depends on the mood.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, or things can only get better.
Yeah.
As in, yeah, if you're a 5 this week or a 4, it's things can only get better.
Well, at least it's not like that music from Trainspotting.
Well, Iggy
Jeez,
Pop.
dude. You know how long ago I
Lager,
watched that
lager,
movie?
lager.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
No.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're right. That's my breakfast.
Lager. Was it that one? Lager. Was it that
Yeah.
one? Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, there's a few things on that soundtrack.
Talking about lager,
Pop.
did you? I don't know where I posted. You saw? Well, I sent you the video of a buddy of mine doing the shoey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on TikTok. I put it on TikTok.
I'm sure he's happy about that.
Yeah. Let's see how many views I got on TikTok. I'm like got 5 or something. Let's see. Yeah. Where's TikTok? And then we'll end off the show with this. I've got 166 views.
That's impressive.
Yeah, not bad.
That means Chris has shared it with all his mates.
Probably. Yeah. Anyway, dudes, that's another week under the belt. 1 week closer. 1 more week closer to
Smashed it.
Christmas.
Yes.
Whenever that
Hey,
might
it's
be.
almost
Christmas.
holiday time of year.
It's almost
It's
Christmas in
Christmas or
July
Easter.
time, or Easter, whichever you want to celebrate.
Yeah. Let's do. That's good. That's a nice long weekend, Easter.
Yeah.
Really.
Got any plans? Going to Wales to play golf?
Oh no, but there is something new.
Yeah.
That it's all the holiday places that are shut. They're now reopening themselves because everyone's working remotely. You don't have to be at home. You could quarantine yourself quite happily for 3 months in a holiday place, as long as you got broadband.
Yes.
And this has now become a thing.
Jeez.
There's a whole website behind it.
Another billionaire
First
in
thing
the
they say is
making.
where it is. Here's the pictures and what their broadband speed is.
That is cool. I think there's definite business opportunity there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool bananas, guys. We'll catch you next weekend.
Same
Place, same time. Don't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
Well, I'll be here.
Yeah, me too.
I might still be in the same clothes, but I'll be here.
Cool, guys.